Hey guys, Rexor here and welcome to Update Monday on this 29th of November. Jesus Christ, it's already the end of November 2021. Happy St. Andrew's Day for all you Scottish people out there who celebrate that kind of thing. If you, like me, are not Scottish or celebrate that kind of thing, then happy Monday. Yeah, it's been a week. Not a huge amount has happened in terms of like incredibly ridiculous things, I guess. D&D was a thing. Oh fuck, some things have happened. I take that all back. Quite a few things have happened, but I'll get into it chronologically. So yeah, D&D was a mess of organisation, because some people originally, basically I had to split the party into two groups for the last 3 weeks, although that's now done, thankfully. But this week of all, my brother, who usually doesn't play with us, but he was sort of stepping in because of the way the groups had been split. I didn't want to just have one player on their own, so he couldn't do the Tuesdays normally, except this week for whatever reason it was the Wednesday he couldn't do, so I had to swap it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and it was really, really frustrating. But we managed to get through it, but it meant that the group on Tuesday was, it happened on the Tuesday regardless, but they finished their little quest, and then because D&D, the way that I like to play D&D is I like the random aspect of it. I like not knowing what's going to happen just as much as the players don't know what's going to happen, although obviously I have a bit more element of control of that. So one of the things, when you complete a quest or a large cavern, dungeon, or in this case it was a temple, you have the option of randomly rolling for the treasures that you find. And I'm the kind of guy who kind of want to give that choice to the players, so they themselves rolled on the table, except that they rolled exceptionally well on the table, and they ended up with an item that I'm not thrilled that they have access to at their current level, because it's an item that really they shouldn't be getting until another 5 levels. But they rolled it. I'm going to roll with it. The item in itself is only powerful because one of its abilities is stupid, but they have a limited use of that ability, so I'm not too faffed. I'm also hoping Cameron doesn't watch these, because I think just from that description he'll know exactly what I'm on about. But in any case, so their session this week is on Wednesday, so they'll have to discuss what they found and what they do with the ton of fucking money they found. They got really good loot, not gonna lie. I'm kind of jealous, even though I'm the DM. The issue is I also need to... I was supposed to do it this weekend, but things happen on the weekend. Needed to do a whole rework of how expensive buying vessels are in my world. I've given it a little bit of thought, and I opened up a spreadsheet, and then I did nothing in the spreadsheet because I looked at it and I was like, I don't want to do this right now. and I played a game which I bought this week called Power Washing Simulator. So over the weekend I went to see Dragon and Panda on the Saturday. We had a lot of fun. We discussed a lot of things as well. One of the things that I kind of discussed with them is my current relationship with gaming is just fucked, basically. I don't really like gaming, but also I kind of do, and it's really frustrating. Maybe it's just I haven't found the game that I want to play at the moment. I have games that I play, and then I play it for 10 hours in 2 days, which is quite a lot, but I don't feel fulfilled by it. But I also do, in that kind of weird way. So Power Washing Simulator was like that. I bought it because it was on sale, and I know it was a relaxing game. My brother plays a fuck ton of it, and I watched several streamers play it when that was the fad. And I played it for 10 hours, and it was just, at the end of it I was like, I'm going to play for 10 hours, but I didn't really feel that satisfied from it. I don't know, I played more of it yesterday, so that must be somewhat satisfying. I don't know, there's an aspect of it that I'm just like, I mean, in the end, this is literally just me cleaning something, more so than anything satisfying or achievable. There's nothing to show for it. But then I thought about that, and I was like, isn't that just gaming? Other than the odd platinum trophy that you can show, it's like, I got the platinum, I got all the achievements of this game. Does that mean anything? Really? Like, it's finding internal satisfaction. It's like, I got a platinum, so I feel fulfilled. I feel like I achieved something, which I do on certain games, like God of War. That was such a fun platinum to do. It wasn't particularly difficult, although I found it challenging myself because of the way I game. So I was like, oh my god, I got the platinum in this game. It's, I feel pretty good, especially considering the fight with the Valkyrie Queen, spoilers. That was really difficult, and when I completed that, I felt over the moon. I was like, oh my god, I finally did it. Yes. But then there are games like Star Wars Fallen Order that I absolutely despised platinum in, but I still did it, mostly because I didn't have anything better to do in my life at the time. But I still did it. Like, it wasn't a difficult platinum though, so I didn't feel like, I felt like it was more tick boxing than it was actually enjoying anything. Miles Morales, when I platinumed that right after, I felt a bit more fulfilled. Although it was a little bit more tick boxy, but the story itself meant that I enjoyed myself doing it. So I don't know. I have a really weird, at the moment. I don't know. It's just I'm not finding a game that I'm really passionate and enjoying other than D&D, but I can only do D&D a certain amount because as a DM it involves a lot of work and preparation for what is basically only 3 hours of fun a week. Or I guess last week it was a bit longer because of having 2 separate groups. So it's like, do I want to do 5 hours of prep, 3 hours of fun? Although to an extent I do enjoy the prep work, but it depends what's that. So like doing a spreadsheet really is not the fun aspect of prep work, but making a whole new map, a whole new area, building up the characters for all of that. I completely rewrote the rules for Cameron's character and one of his ability stuff. I did a whole overhaul of that, and that was a lot of fun to work through. But yeah, it's difficult. But anyway, going back to spending the day at Dragon and Pandas, we played a lot of Apex Legends, which has led me to reinstall Apex Legends after uninstalling it a few weeks ago and talking about how I uninstalled it. Yeah, reinstalled it. I feel like it's the kind of game that I would only play with friends, and I feel like the reason why I uninstalled it is because I didn't play it with anyone. I didn't really play it at all. So, and at the time I needed memory space. So now I have memory space because I finished playing the games that I needed space for. I've reinstalled it, played a bunch of it yesterday, sucked at it because I hadn't played it in ages. I might switch over to controller. I know that's really annoying, but I have several issues. Firstly, my middle mouse button is temperamental, so it only works 20% of the time, which is not great. The middle mouse button is my ping, which on Apex is kind of important to ping. And I switched the keys around, and then I got confused because I have a middle mouse button, so I have 2 on the side. You can see how dirty my mouse is now. 2 on the side. This one here, oops, there, that one is my melee, but I switched it to ping, and I was like, oh, that didn't work. I keep getting confused, so I kept pinging enemies rather than hitting them. So I switched it to the button in front of it, but that was too far to ping. It's really awkward to get to that button, considering how I hold my mouse. So yeah, whatever. That was random gaming-ish. But yeah, I hadn't played it in ages, so I barely know what Seer does. Like, I uninstalled it about 3 weeks into the season when he was involved, so I knew what he did, but barely interacted with Seers. But I played a bunch of Ashe at Dragons and Pandas, and then I got the character myself yesterday to play with her. I really, really enjoy her. Her abilities are really the kind that I like, because as much as I used to play a ton of Revenant, because Revenant is his abilities are offensive abilities, but his ult is kind of because it requires your team to also use it to really get the full aspect of it, and also it leaves you weak and prone to being outmaneuvered. Like, there was an occasion in the first tournament that we did, internal tournament, where we came across a team that was using a Revenant totem, and they had fucked off, and we just caught the totem, so we waited for them to respawn before killing them. So it felt like they were really out of place and out of position because of that. Whereas with Ashe's ult, because it's so the team can all use it if they want to, or you can use it yourself. It's a sort of very quick teleport to one location to another. I feel like that gives you the ability to cross gaps and get into the enemy's like zone of defense really, really quickly without them being able to really do anything, because it happens so quickly. Unless they can sort of see, oh god, there's a portal here, what the fuck do we do? The whole team can use it if they want to, or in the case of you're in a firefight, you low on health, fuck, I'm really low on health, I'm going to go behind these rocks by using my ult to escape, heal up, get back in. Unlike the Wraith, it's not two-way, which is good to an extent. Also, unlike Wraith, it's much quicker of a portal. So, yeah. And then her tactical is just a stun bomb. Who doesn't want that? So, yeah. That's my opinion on Ashe. I've got Apex again. Ask me to play, and I will play. Don't ask me to play, and I might uninstall the game again. What else has been happening? Not much. This weekend's going to be a good weekend-ish. Like, the Saturday's going to be a normal Saturday. The Sunday's going to be great, though. We're doing a Warhammer reunion. It's going to be good. So, for the entirety of my childhood, from the age of 10, so not the entirety of my childhood, for the important parts of it, when I lived in Chepstow, we had a local Warhammer club, and obviously with a lot of us moving away for university, jobs, all that stuff, it kind of died down, and then COVID killed it completely. So we're having a reunion with all the old guys coming back. Going to be playing some Warhammers, some Magic. I'm going to be asking my parents if I can take back my Warhammers, maybe, just so that I can have a few games. That'd be nice. And then yeah, it's gonna be that'll be fun, I think. So that's happening on Sunday, and then that's about it. There's not really much else going on. Haven't played any more Kenna. I don't know. I've not been playing much of PS5. Been watching a lot of videos instead. Playing a bunch of Magic the Gathering Arena. Got to Mythic. I already said that last week, I think, because that's when it happened. It's been fun. Yeah, we're approaching the end of the season, I think, this week. It might even be Wednesday. I've been playing World of Tanks because I'm addicted. Also, I realise I am playing the World of Tanks shirt on. My intention is to, because I've unlocked every tank now. There are a lot of tanks. I've unlocked all of them. So I'm going to get to the end of the Battle Pass, of which I'm only 5 levels off. And I've got until the 8th of December to do it, so I should do it by like Wednesday. And then I'm going to uninstall the game and never pick it up ever again, because I've done everything. I was like, my intention when I first got the game was to get every tank. I've got every tank. Yep. And then that will clear up a lot of space, and I can figure out what the fuck I want to do with the rest of my space. Maybe find a game I'll actually enjoy. Not that I don't enjoy the games I play. See, this is the thing. I really enjoy Apex Legends. I really, 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 really enjoy it. But I only enjoy it with people that I can communicate with, so my friends and stuff. I don't enjoy public lobbies, not even in the slightest. The thing with... So I played a bunch of Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the recent one, like the 20... I guess it was 2019. And I really enjoyed that because I didn't have to communicate with anyone. Even if I played Warzone, I could play the solo Warzone. I could play just regular multiplayer because you don't need anyone. And I really enjoy that because it's a first-person shooter that I can just chill out and do that. Apex, you can't really do that. You can't really solo because it is so much of a team game, and you get fucked over because a lot of the mechanics are based upon interactions with teammates and stuff. So yeah, and I don't particularly like joining a public lobby and having to play with people who you can't really communicate with, and you need to go out of your way to try and communicate with them properly, and it just feels really naff. Whereas I would rather just listen to Cucumber laugh at an offhand comment that I make about someone being absolutely smashed, shoot me. Yeah, so this week D&D, and then Warhammer, and then maybe some Apex if anyone wants to invite me. Yeah, that's about it. There's not really much else going on. Christmas is coming soon, so I've got to get all these presents. I've actually already got some presents from people, which you can't see because they are behind my chair. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I've got to say. Thank you for watching. Hope you guys have a good week ahead. Cucumber, if you would like to stream more than once a week, that'd be really nice. And also, if you would like to stream on the days I'm not doing D&D, that'd be even better. Just saying. Yeah, that's about it. That's all I've got to say. Thank you for watching. Hope you have a good week, and I'll talk to you next week, which I'll have the big Warhammer update about what happened at Warhammer, which will include me probably losing everything that I played and rolling dice really badly. Ta-ta!